Airbrush is for the towel.
General's got.
You can use a thin strip of painter's tape.
White, yellow.
After more than 20 hours.
Tag 3.
I want to paint Mortarion, but I'm stuck. Am I good enough at painting? Welcome, my name is Hubert, and today we start a new project, Mortarion, Primarch of the Dead card. This is not my usual video format, because I got stuck, hard, and you might relate to what happens to me later in this video. This is a commission, and this will be a two-part feed. I've already spent a full week on him, and he is not primed yet. Yeah. Last week was interesting. Something went wrong, and it changed me. I glued him to his base rocks, and I'm sure I won't regret this. So, this model, I spent an entire weekend assembling him. Mold lines, gaps, the usual suffering. I said last time that I would take this project seriously, that I would resist the urge to experiment. I lied. First, more cables. Most of the smoke apparatus on his back isn't glued, and I want to push further, add some in front of the wings too. The idea is simple, more cables, and then we use those cables to do something that probably has no place on a €200 commission model. But anyway, the technique comes from vaping. Back when I used to build my own coils with steel and kanthal wire hand-wrapped, I realized it might be exactly what I needed here to create a base structure for something new. But we are not gonna stop there. This was time-consuming. I was slow at first, clumsy, but eventually I found the rhythm and I made what I needed for my little experiment. So here is the little story behind this project. Bear with me, a bit of context might help you understand what happens next. I've been painting for 2 years, mostly army painting, sometimes pushing myself, sometimes commissions, always try new stuff, and today is no different. The client gave me €200 plus the cost of the model and basing materials, and full creative freedom. Carte blanche, as we say here.
On va niquer ce soir.
Mais voilà, mais c'était sûr en fait. C'était sûr.
Ah, monsieur, Bernard.
Au revoir.
So, 30k Death Guard scheme, of course, pale ivory armor, an elevated display base, something cinematic, almost like a diorama. Let's add the cables to Mortarion, because I need them in place for what's to come. Great! While this is drying, I need to start working on the base. And to do that, first we need to... Look at this guy. Seriously? How is he going to paint Mortarion with his big wings glued to his big base like this? Really? I'm 33 and it's a miracle I'm still alive. Like, what the f*** am I doing seriously here? Anyway, for the base I've put down 2 blocks of wood bark and they need to dry for some time. Again, at this point, I'm still very focused on my plan and execution. So naturally, I tried to add will come to the model. Of course, if I'm not doing this, then what the hell is all this for? So, using all-purpose UHU glue, it must have this sign on it, meaning it has solvent. We are going to mix it with PVA in the hopes to create flesh, and as the PVA dries and evaporates, it should become transparent. I think the trick is to get the right ratio, so I tested it first on regular sprues. See, I learn! This stuff turns out to be quite hard to handle. It quickly forms a sticky, slimy but elastic ball, and I think if I make the ratio about 40% PVA, this is the comfort zone. It's sticky enough to grab hold on the plastic, not too heavy, and I still have consistency to create flesh patches that I must stretch from one holding point to another. I thought I had it mastered until, of course, I started actually doing it on Mortarion, so we have to be patient here. The goal with this is to later use its transparency to create some nice flesh effects over the cables. This, and with the veins I intend to paint later with the superglue technique, and I already have most of my plan set up. After almost 2 days of drying, I reinforce the effect with superglue. You don't have to do this, but I really want to make sure it would hold at least airbrushing and handling. This little recipe seems to work, so I wrote it down. See, lately I've started to take more notes during painting, for the painting itself and for video making. Taking notes is great, so I got a second notebook. Well, I already had one for general notes, one for paint schemes, but it was too big, so I got another one, a smaller one. And yeah, notebooks are great. I love them. They come in all sorts of shapes, big ones, small ones. Hello? Anyone? Last step for Mortarion before working on the base is using sprue glue to replicate the cable sheath. It will be damaged, as it already is on the existing cables all over him, so I'll be inconsistent with applying the glue. This is a really satisfying little activity, and is drying exactly how I imagined. Can't wait to paint the guy. So, you might still be asking yourself what went wrong, and why I won't be finishing this guy today. As I started to transform the base, I also started to think about my paint job, and this is where the project took a turn. In my own little bubble, planning, imagining, dreaming about what I could do with this model, I started looking for inspiration. And what a time to be looking! The Golden Demon entries had just dropped, and I think it was watching Heavy from French Wargame Studio react to the winning pieces. Well, something shifted. No surprise to anyone here, I'm in this hobby for the painting. I love the game, but it has always been, for me, about the painting, about staring at little figures and listening to Heavy talk about painting with that much love. I just wanted more of it, so I went digging. Richard Gray, Sébastien Lavigne, Johan Leduc, and then I drifted further. And at some point, someone mentioned the name, Frank Frazetta. Where have I been all this time? Let me take you back. It's 2011, I'm 18 and I have no idea what to do with my life. I've already discovered Warhammer, already quit it, like many of you I imagine. Life gets in the way. I drop out of engineering school, I crawl through a few years, get an IT degree, burn out of my first job and back to square one. I found Warhammer again, then photography for Warhammer. Then I ditch Warhammer for photography, of course. I build a business around it, run it for 4 years. Then I drop the business because turns out I suck at owning my own business. So back to square one again. But this time I met the woman of my life. And I got back into miniature painting and started this channel 2 years ago. And for the first time in my life, I find something that stays. a real passion that doesn't leave. I was maybe 12 or 13 when I first saw a painted model, a Necron display in a Games Workshop store window, 5 rue des Frères, Strasbourg, France. Marketing worked, I was hooked for life. Now I'm an adult, the passion stays. That's new. What about you? What was that exact moment for you? This is not the end. I had just opened a door to somewhere vast, and I immediately understood how little I knew. But I also understood the most important thing. The first step to getting better at painting is deciding that you want to get better at painting. Yeah, that's it. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that. So I started consuming everything I could find on painting. Interviews, tutorials, competition breakdowns, color theory. Alexi K did a 3-hour live stream on his first Golden Demon win. Let's watch the whole thing. I ordered books, Imaginative Realism, then Figopedia by Jérémy Bonamont. These people are actual artists. I'll never reach that level for smoke effects. I need AK fluorescent yellow for this. Marco Frisani, 50 video course on color theory? Absolutely. Right now, open painting competitions near me. That's how you learn fast, right? Where do I even start? What color do I use to paint shadows on white armor? What does value actually mean? Should I be using gamut masks? What's more important? Contrast? Hue? Where do I start? And then I realized if I didn't know where to start, and if every search just revealed more things I didn't understand, that meant I had to stop, take a step back, and breathe. Let's take it slow, one subject at a time. And since I've already started Mortarion, I'm not stopping now. I already have my color theme, but I'll simplify it. Fewer paints, and a real focus on light and shadow. Why light first? Well, because that's what I did in photography. It's what I already understand a little. It's what every serious painter keeps coming back to. So it feels like solid ground, I hope. And having a direction, even a simple one, even a small one, made everything feel better. Yeah, it got bad for a bit. I genuinely got obsessed, borderline FOMO. But maybe it was necessary. Let's finish the base and call it a day. So, here he is. Unpainted, unprimed, a base that is more of a little diorama than a base, and somehow already one of my favorite things I've ever done. A nightmare to hold and paint, of course, but a very welcome one. I've been in this hobby on and off for most of my life, and this is the first time I feel like I'm actually in it, thinking about what I'm doing. Caring about light, caring about why something looks good, not just whether it does, and caring about what I'm doing. Really. Well, not yet, but we get there very soon. That's a small shift, but it feels significant. There is something peaceful about that exact moment, actually. Before the first brushstroke, it's all potential. And if you are feeling stuck yourself, Today I'd say try to find a small achievable goal. I think this journey will be about all the little wins. So let's try that. Can't wait to paint him and share this with you. So I'll get back to it. I'll see you soon for part 2. So until next time, happy painting!